Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Professor and the Know-It-All. I'm the Professor.
And I'm Know-It-All.
And this is, if you're not familiar with our channel, we crack open a local beer, give a review of it, and then we watch a video and do the same with that.
Yep. So today we are actually going to be looking at Townbrewing's Broken Tarded. And that's our beer for the day that we'll be doing. And they actually have, this one actually has raspberry hibiscus. It's a session sour ale, which neither one of us have actually had a really, what we call a really great sour. But,
no, I'm not a big fan of sours at all.
So the last one we had was really good, but it was also an IPA sour. So it's a little bit different. So not really something we've used to seeing or hearing about. But these guys we want to... one, because they are a local brewery here in Charlotte, and we want to make sure that we give all of our local breweries some exposure. But other than that, we also are going to be reviewing our first K-pop video today. So we'll be doing Ateez. They actually just had a comeback recently, and the name of the song is Guerilla.
Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe. And are you going to do the honors introducing the beer before we get started?
Okay. So we are actually going to crack this one open. And let's get a good pour in here. So you look at the pour, there is very little head on it.
It almost dissipates like it's soda.
Yeah.
Like the head on a soda.
Yeah. Not one of those crappy McDonald's ones where it's all foam, but, you know. But anyway, so as you can see through my Homer Simpson glass here, that it is a little bit of a hazy to it, nothing too crazy, so it's not super clear. Other than that, real clean. Let's take a little sip here and see what it tastes like. Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
That is a very good beer.
It's barely got a hint of a sour note to it.
Yeah, you definitely pick up on the raspberry. It's more like a really fresh fruit juice type of
it makes
flavor.
me think of Lambic, those Belgian beers.
Yep, definitely. Definitely get a little bit of where you have that fruity. And yeah, you know, those are even kind of a little bit cloudy in as well. So,
Yeah, and they have a raspberry one. That's what immediately the flavor makes me think of
it's
that.
Great, though. Oh, let's see.
It's very good. I'm going to be sipping on this the entire time we watch the video.
All right, so guys, we're actually going to go ahead and start with our video now. So far, the Town Brewing Company Broken Tarded Raspberry Hibiscus Session Sour Ale is a winner so far. So we'll see how things go as we drink through it a little bit more. But we're going to start Ateez Guerilla.
All right.
So let's see what they're going to give us. Got some subliminal messaging.
I got it back. 판에 뒤집어 this game one chance 바로 지금 midday. Tack like that. 짧고 강렬한 이 escape. No next 나를 따라 쉽게. 지겨 지겨 봐 new world. 지겨 봐 지겨 너 이제 지쳤어. 사라지는 emotion. 정의 빛을 잃어가. 숨은 공개가 되어.
All right. So what do you think so far?
So the beginning sounds exactly like almost industrial type techno from the late 80s.
Yeah. Like, oh, not Jesus and Mary Chain. Who am I thinking of?
I was thinking kind of like who am I thinking of?
Not Die Corrupts, right?
No. That group that
KMFDM.
Sort of like that. I was thinking more. They had that Knights or Ebb. That had, that
yes.
It's kind of like just a simple kind of one note techno sound. Yeah.
So something I noticed there in a lot of like pop, K-pop, you always have like the main vocalist doing his thing, and then somebody in the background doing that or some kind of accent. But in here, they took that techno beat and kind of pulled it out behind it. So if you listen to it, it's like he's rapping or throwing down a line, and all of a sudden in the back you hear that instead of that nice "oh hello girls" type of background. It's actually giving a dirtier, really kind of angrier sound to it. So
and actually their look. Speaking of their look, so New Romantics, from the '80s. They got the strong red lipstick. Yeah, it looks like they have like makeup on their faces, but they also are all dressed in black and kind of like different T-shirts, kind of like ripped or torn or kind of put together, kind of like almost throwing a little punk styling in there. Yeah, it's almost like they're punk, but they went shopping in a very expensive store.
Gucci punk. That's what we call it now.
Gucci punk. Nice. So I have to say, so that speaker at the beginning on the stand, was just kind of on the roof. So I saw that in a Blur video. I can't remember if it's the Universal or if it's the, it's the Universal. That's the one that is supposed to look like Kubrick's film. Right?
Oh yeah.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, Clockwork Orange. Yep.
So it's got that, and then and they got the blimps in the background, right?
See, now what does that remind you of?
That makes me think of Pink Floyd. And you saw the smokestacks? Or they had the, like...
Kind of like the wall.
The pig.
Yep.
Like the floating pig in the sky.
What was that show on Prime? Where it was like if the Nazis would World War II. What was that called? Anyway, so you guys know what place...
It's not the Americans, is it?
No, that was about... But yeah, so basically on Prime they had a movie, show that was really good. But it was basically about... I guess it was fascism, authoritarianism.
Okay.
What would have happened to the Earth after that. But this kind of brings me back to that. Like are they fighting like an authoritarian government or a fascist government? Are they kind of making like a comment about or a commentary about what's happening in the world today with all the different countries?
Okay.
So, if so, for a K-pop group,
that's pretty interesting.
Powerful.
Yeah, and they're definitely dressed like outsiders, right? Like everything is white in the background and all one.
You mean
color.
like the movie Outsiders?
No.
But hey, maybe to a certain extent. Hey, there's Ralph Macchio right there.
Yeah. K-pop greasers.
No, but so far, great dynamics in the song. We're seeing a good bit of that. What K-pop's getting really good at is taking all those different styles and putting them together in one song and they don't, like a lot of metal bands did in the new metal days where you would run into different things coming together and then every time it worked out very well.
Right.
These guys are pulling it off. This is actually really good. Let's see.
감정의 눈을 감은 채 산다는 게 너에겐 아무 의미 없는가 참을 수 없어 no more lies 시간이 됐어 shoot the flashing light.
Okay, I apologize if I'm pausing it too much, but that's like a little R&B break.
Right in
the middle, and the techno dropped out, right?
Just fades away.
Yeah, and I'm gonna guess it's gonna come back right here.
Did you see the flag?
The anarchy flag.
Yeah, look at this. Now, this is some good symbolism. Whether,
And look at that.
Look at that.
Is that a star on that one flag?
Yeah.
No, that's the anarchy sign.
No, that's the anarchy sign, but it looks, though it's like Iwo Jima.
Yeah.
But,
it reminds you of that, the Marines holding up the flag.
Yeah,
right.
That's freaking some great
and
symbolism.
look at, whoever directed this is amazing. Just look at the contrast.
Yeah.
Right? Before they're all wearing black, now the background's all black, and you've got like what looks like to be bomb smoke in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're all dressed in white.
It almost looks like canisters of like smoke canisters or gas canisters.
That's interesting.
Really well thought out. All right, Ateez, keep on. Great bass line. Whoa! What note is that guy hitting there? I mean, what? It's like, there are women who I've heard that can't reach that high. I mean, that...
I missed it. Play it again.
Oh my god. Oh god. Jeez. Oh my gosh. That's phenomenal.
Is that it? Still going. It said Prestige Academy.
Yeah. So what does that have to do with anything? But so I assume Guerillas, right? They're an underground network or something like that. Something like in Paris with the underground that they had in Paris during World War II.
Right.
Maybe something like that. What group or people they're fighting? Good question.
Well, since they ended it on like someone who looks like they're from a prep school, right? Prestige Academy, maybe it's kind of like conformity and the privilege versus
kind of like a 1984 meets
K-pop.
So, but hey, look. So, this is like your first like real exposure to K-pop, right?
Yeah, it is. I've heard a few things, on the radio or driving around the car, but I've never heard one like this that has techno throughout.
Yeah.
But it's not just throughout. It's like, it's the main thing because it starts with that. There's a nice break at the beginning. They show the speaker, and then it's just... It
drives through the song constantly.
Right, it's the thing. It's the bookend.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really interesting. I liked it. I was surprised by how good it was.
Yeah. I like the textures in it. I think they added a lot of influences in there. Techno. You get some of the screamo vocals in there at the beginning. Okay. The hip-hop vibe, the what is it, the third guy that came in rapping with the deeper voice.
Yeah, that was good. I like
Love that.
He had the best voice for as far as the rapping.
Yeah. And then right after that, you had where it almost broke into the line where everything went white, and the guy kind of like crawls up in a dance move, and it's just dropping that bass line.
Yeah.
God, I love that. That was intense. I liked it. So Ateez, thumbs up. You guys keep it up.
Good.
Ateez, you got to be excited. So if they keep this up, sky's the limit. Wow, unbelievable. Other than that, we have our friends over at Townbrewing Company.
It was great.
Broken Tarded, and that is Raspberry Hibiscus Session Sour Ale.
And they're based here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep. Yeah, another one of our local breweries, which, if you know, Charlotte's become a driver for craft beer.
Incredible beers.
I mean, phenomenal around here. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and top off with this one, and I think we're
I already did.
Good for the day. There you go. So, but Town, thank you very much. Ateez, great job. Professor?
Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you for the next video, hopefully with a little better production style.
All right. Thanks, guys.